Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to What the Cup Nation. You don't know us, you will know us. We're not going anywhere. You want to know why?
We don't plan on going anywhere because we're the new up-and-coming radio. And everybody wants to hear what we have to say because we're the ones willing to give the little people a chance.
We're the ones willing to create an outlet without the red tape and all the mumbo-jumbo.
We're there if you need someone to talk to. Or maybe you're an up-and-coming indie star and you want to show off your music. Or you're a comedian or whatever else. We'd love to hear from you.
Exactly. We believe that labels should remain on jars, and regardless of your walk of life and the source of income and if you've been to jail or not, we still believe in you because we all bleed red inside.
That's right. We do all bleed red. And we all are one. We are a nation.
Exactly. And we're not like big media ready to bash on the little people. We're here to twist the tide.
That's right. And give those little people a chance and give them the rope back.
Exactly. Because we matter.
So you matter.
Now let's start this damn show. Welcome to Do the Damn Thing. I'm your host, C.T. Jags. Alongside of me is the beautiful Miss Chrissy.
Hey, everybody. And I thought we were What the Cup Nation.
We are What the Cup Nation. Did I say something different?
You said, welcome to Do the Dang Thing. Yes, that's the name of our show, though.
Oh, yeah, we are What the Cup Nation. I apologize. It's been a long day.
Yes, it has.
And just to let everyone know that Blog Talk actually cut us off shorter than they normally do.
Yes, they did.
And because of that, I never hung up on Dude. I didn't necessarily agree with his views or whatever, but I did not hang up on Dude.
No, because even if we don't agree with your views, we still never would hang up on anybody. That's just not how we are.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. I mean, that's just the reality. It was nuts. Somebody, questioning my faith or my beliefs and whatnot, and
well,
I didn't like that at all.
You know what I believe? You know what I think? I think that if you're strong in your beliefs and you know what you believe, and let them question all they want. Who cares? Their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Very true.
Sorry to say. I mean, that's just how I feel. That's my personal opinion.
Very true.
You know?
Well, at least
don't let him question you, because how can he question you on your beliefs when he doesn't know your beliefs? You know your beliefs. You're strong in your beliefs, and stick to it.
I always stick to my beliefs, and
I'm
not going to play some dodgeball.
There you go, then.
I don't dodge questions.
Nope. That's why when he asked me questions about the Bible, I was able to answer them.
But, all right. So, anyway, we're going to, this is normally a heartfelt show and everything and whatnot. But tonight I'm awfully freaking tired, and I'm just going to come up with random shit just because we can.
Yeah, there you go.
We did a lot of freaking looking on the internet, looking in different areas, possibly a potential move. And the thing that's crazy is when you look on the internet for a different location and whatnot, you never know what you're going to get. You can't really trust the reviews out there.
No, because, whether you're looking for an apartment or a house doesn't matter. You still, they can say, oh, this house is beautiful. You can get there and it'll be the biggest piece of shit you ever saw. You never know.
Yeah,
we don't know,
The roof's going to cave in.
The walls are going to cave in. God knows what else.
Yeah, and the floors, are
rotted.
Yeah, you never know. It's like a crapshoot, especially with the internet, because the people that enjoy their place that they live are most likely never going to review it because they enjoy it and they don't feel the need to. Whereas the people that are pissed off or didn't pay the rent or had a discrepancy of some sort, with management, are going to review and make it look like it's a shithole.
Exactly.
And that's what I firmly believe. And unfortunately, because of people like that, management has to turn around and have to make fake reviews to, so they don't lose out on business, which I don't blame them. But there are some shitty management that, says that their place is great too.
Yeah, and it's really a piece of crap.
Yeah, really.
It happens. I mean, that's part of life.
The thing about it is not everybody can just afford to go out to a different location, especially if they've never been there before, and be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to find a place, live like that, because it doesn't always work that way. You've got work conflicts, you've got, you're going to save for one thing, and then you're going to turn around and save again.
Exactly.
It doesn't make much sense, but at some point you have to, if your situation is financially not affordable or emotionally not affordable or just constant drama not affordable, you have to move and you have to, do what you feel is right and go where you need to be.
That's true. That's very true.
But, I'm looking at all these, I looked at all these different places. And when I'm looking at all these different places, I'm thinking to myself, well, what is really a nice place and what is a shithole?
Exactly.
Because I'm going to give an example on this. A long time ago, I lived in this wonderful apartment complex. It was like a condo in a way, even though it was an apartment.
An apartment with all the amenities of a condo, basically.
Exactly. You had an indoor, huge, the size of a schoolyard or a school swimming pool, as well as a jacuzzi, and then you had a weightlifting room, which wasn't like if you went into a, normal gym, but it was sufficient.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful place. Never had bugs, never had, problems with people breaking in, never had any kind of, chaos whatsoever while I was there. However, when I look at reviews, they're saying there's all kinds of bugs all over the place, which I've never seen. Matter of fact, I've never seen a bug man. When you don't see a bug man,
it's clean.
Is a time that you know that it's clean, or they just don't give a shit about the complex.
True, very true.
But the bug man sometimes makes shit worse. How many times have people, been in a place and the bug sprayer will come around? They don't have bugs, and all of a sudden they got ants and every other freaking bug.
Because they spray around the area, and when they spray around the area, the ants go in the house instead of around the house.
Or
it almost chases them in the house.
Yeah, or whatever bug.
Or they come on them with all their clothes or whatever.
So that's why I don't really care for reviews. Because like I said, it's the pissed off people that are going to review a place and give it a bad review. And the people that like it aren't going to bother. They're not going to bother because they're enjoying what they have. And why would they want to tell other people about their great place and chance somebody else coming through that's a bad example,
not as good of a person,
and riffraff and all that, and destroy their place.
Exactly, very true.
That's why some areas refuse to list that they're good places. You actually have to go down there and see that they're good places, and, you have to see that, the area is a nice place, because they're just not going to tell you. You're not going to find it in a book. You're not going to find it on the internet somewhere, other than looking at, okay, well, on the city data, what's the crime rate? What's this? What's that? Other than that, you have no idea.
Exactly. You don't have any idea.
It's a big old freaking crapshoot.
It sure is.
And it's not like it's, so much, it's cheaper. A lot of these places are damn well expensive for the area. And still crap to live in. But then again, there's nicer places that are not as expensive, that are great places to live in. It all depends on the management. So it is what it is. So anyway, we're going to keep this show just going to 30 minutes today. I'm not even going to attempt to extend. I thought last night that they would be like they normally are, and I think they're probably catching on. The people are going over the time, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can play by the rules. It's not a problem whatsoever.
Somebody may have a show right behind us. That might be why too.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I don't want to cut in somebody else's time, and maybe at the end of the week I'll put in for to do a longer show. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
We're not sure if it's worth the time and
effort and everything.
Yeah, exactly. When they cut off people and whatnot, I don't like that. That's not professional in any way, shape, or form. So if anyone's listening and wants to talk about disaster places that they moved in or great places that they moved in that they've seen reviews that were terrible about, please feel free to give us a call, 917-889-7873. Once again, it's 917-889-7873, or anything else under the sun you feel like talking about. So anyway, I'm sure most people are, either not up, just got the kids in bed, getting ready for work or whatnot, and it's understandable. It's a Sunday night, it's like 11 o'clock, people got to work in the morning, and not everybody's up. And normally we don't even do shows on the weekend, but we figured, since this week's going to be cut short a little bit, that we're going to, do a show today and whatnot. In the future, we will have more band interviews. We've just slacked off a little bit on that. I have not got back to the people, that I were originally scheduled. They have not got back to me, but that doesn't mean they're not going to do it. That doesn't mean somebody else ain't going to do it. It's just...
they might be busy.
Yeah, it's just about time. It's summertime. Anybody that's trying to be known during the summer is out touring.
And if they're not out touring, they're out doing things with their family.
Yeah, exactly. That's what summer's about.
Exactly.
It's about, having fun and whatnot, but sometimes you get so wrapped up in the freaking bills that you can't nowadays.
Yep.
It's getting harder and harder to, do things and to be places and whatnot. For example, I'd love to live, if we were to, move out to Florida, I would love to live near Disney World, but the reality is I'm not going to Disney every day.
No.
Just can't afford to go to Disney every day. So sometimes you gotta look beyond the recreational stuff and do what's best, for everyone as a whole.
That's right.
And sometimes it helps to have amenities at the place, because if you get in an apartment, well, thank you, Miss Quaff-a-Lot.
I don't know what's going on with me, as my guest. Sorry, my darn asthma's acting up today.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It must have been somebody's having a coughing fit. Where the hell is the spray at? Yes, I just said that on the radio, and I don't give a shit. There's the spray. Do you all hear the spray? Everybody hears the spray. That's great. Back to the show.
They all think you're nuts.
Yeah, I know. But, the whole thing about it is, like I said before, you never know what you're going to get, and sometimes you got to, put the important things ahead of time. But, in front of, the recreational things. However, if you're going to go out on a limb, you're going to get an apartment, especially if you're going to do it with a group of people or whatever, and you want to have some kind of freedom, I would recommend to grab an apartment with some kind of amenity.
Right.
Even if it's just a pool, that pool can save you hundreds of dollars from going to the water park or, wherever.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially for those who don't like the beach water, because a lot of beaches are toxic nowadays. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't really care. To the way I look at it, yeah, I can get hit by a bus. So getting stung by a jellyfish or eaten by a shark doesn't bother me that much. So, not saying I'd want any of that, but I'm just...
You're saying it could happen.
Yeah, anything could happen at any time.
Exactly.
And things normally happen when you least expect it to happen.
Very true.
You know, that's just life. Life just throws you curveballs sometimes. But if you're going to, you know, have a place to call your home, at least have some kind of amenity. If it's not a swimming pool, then a gym. Who doesn't like to keep in shape or want to get in shape or something of that sort? If it's not a gym, a pool table.
Or a yard, especially if you have little kids. All little kids need a place to run around.
Exactly.
Or some place for them to play.
Yeah, exactly. Some place with swings and, you know, whatnot. It's all about, you know, having, you know, some comfortability. Yeah, like that made a lot of fucking sense. But some kind of place that you could relax. Like, I miss having a hot tub.
Yeah.
I miss having a hot tub because if I were to go to a hotel, that would cost me $150 for one night.
Yep.
You know? And there's nothing like working your tail off all day and coming home, having a beer or a glass of wine or any other kind of liquor, whatever it is. Yes, I know, I'm a slosh now because I said liquor. But, you know, coming home, relaxing and jumping in a hot tub or a jacuzzi. There's nothing like it. It's the best feeling. It releases the tension, you know, of all your muscles without having to go to a massage parlor or anything of that sort.
Very true, and that's more money out of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly. You're looking at another $80, $100, at least $60.
Yeah.
And that's just for a massage, let alone any of their other extras or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I've never been to those places, so I wouldn't know anything.
I did years and years ago.
Yeah.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
I've never been into that stuff.
Well, it's not all that it's cracked up to be, but it's better than, say, going to a titty bar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nothing against people that like to go to titty bars. It's just, for me, that was boring.
Mm-hmm.
It was the whole, okay, I can look, but I can't touch. Well, what the fuck am I paying all this money for then? You know, and that was years ago once again. You know, when I did that as well, because I had friends that's like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, all right, why not? You know? But, yeah, I mean, amenities help. I mean, even if it's a tennis court, you know, it's exercise, a way to get out. You know, you save yourself some money, or, you know, some places have like a freaking, you know, a barbecue area. It's a lot cheaper than going to a freaking park, you know, paying for the entry fee for the park and then, you know, grilling out when you can do it in the comfort of your own home.
Very true.
So that's basically, you know, my rant as far as that. You know, that if you're going to get an apartment, I still recommend a condo. I don't care what anybody says about condo fees. I love condos. You know, that I love condos for the fact of the maintenance handles things for you. When you have a house, something breaks down, you have to fix it. In a condo or an apartment, they're willing to fix it, or they're willing to help you out. And that's what I've always loved about, you know, condos. More so than apartments. Apartments, they'll fix something for a patch job, and then you're gonna have the same problem 3 months down the line.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Whereas a condo, you pay more fees, yeah, but you get what you pay for.
Very true.
So, all right. So the last 10 minutes here, after ranting for 10 minutes on, you know, housing and whatnot, I want to say if you're planning on relocating, okay, I guess tonight's topic is relocation. That's good enough as as any. Always check the area. It's not just about where you live in. It's also a lot to do about the area. Who knows? We might have
check the crime. You gotta check the schools. A lot of different things you gotta check.
Yeah, definitely check out the traffic.
And the traffic, yep.
If you're going to work every day, you could have the nicest place in the world, but if you're going to work and every day your commute, you're hitting nothing but traffic, is it really worth it? Is it really worth, sitting in traffic for a half an hour or an hour or even longer, to have this beautiful home? Also check the school systems. If you have kids, if you don't check the school system, your kid may end up getting their ass beat every day just for your negligence in checking the school system.
Not only that, but what if your child has special needs that need to be met, or just in general, you don't know what kind of kids you're sending them to school with, because if they have, just even in just going to school, like I said, if school's not a good school and they're not teaching the kids right, they're not going to learn anything.
Well, some kids learn at a slower pace.
No, I'm saying, but like, if you're going to a school and you relocated to, let's say, Georgia, we'll say, no offense against Georgia, but let's say you relocate to Georgia. Now, before you go, your mother doesn't check the school system down there, and she sends you to school, and you go to school in a shitty school system. You don't learn anything.
And that's not saying all.
That's not saying that any school systems in Georgia are bad. I just use that as an example. I'm very sorry, Georgia. People in Georgia, I should say. But no, you see what my example means? So.
Yeah, I'm understanding what you're saying. I'm understanding. Because when you have kids, it's very so much about the kids.
Of course.
You don't want to put them in harm's way. You don't want to put them in a bad location. You don't want to not check on things, and then you get somewhere and your kid goes outside and almost gets shot.
Exactly.
Unless you're into that kind of thing. The drama, the high life, and all that.
No.
So, there are certain people that like that stuff. Not that their kid comes outside.
No.
And, but the fact
of.
They
like all the drama around them. So.
Yeah, they like to live the fast life. They want to raise their kids that way because it will teach them how to be a stronger fighter or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, no offense against those people either.
And in some regards, that's the right way because it does toughen the kid up and it does, teach him about or her about life in general and that it's not always peachy dory and,
Peachy, hunky-dory, whatever.
Yeah, the grass is greener on the other side. 99% of the time, if it's too good to be true, it is, and the grass is not greener on the other side. It just causes more problems in the long run.
Exactly.
So another thing you have to consider if you're deciding to relocate is just the general area. What is there to do in that general area? Say you have one car or two cars or whatever the case may be. If your car were to break down, how far is the grocery store?
Exactly.
If there's a major storm or a tornado hits, God forbid, or any other kind of natural disaster.
How far is the closest shelter?
Yeah, exactly. What modes of transportation are there to get there?
Exactly.
Because we all like to depend on our cars, but if the car isn't there or the car isn't able to get to places...
What if you have one car and your husband's at work, and you have to go to the store or you need to go to the babysitters, take your kid to the babysitters or the daycare or whatever,
Exactly. You need to know, how far are you away from them? And if you are away from them, do you have reliable people? And I mean somebody that you could call and that doesn't matter what job they work at or where they're at, they're going to come get you.
Yeah.
Within, a reasonable time. Because if you don't and you live out in the middle of the sticks somewhere, you're screwed.
Exactly.
Especially since we all know that when things happen, your cell phone doesn't work. You don't have the money to fix something, or you're stranded for hours. That's the time when things happen. When you got the shit, nothing happens. It's like clockwork. It's probably when you least suspect it and shit. So.
Of course.
And one last thing, to check is, how likelihood are the jobs out in that area? Because if you work in a certain field and there just are no jobs in that area, why would you end up moving there? You'd have to switch careers to go to something you absolutely hate, to hope that you made the money that you originally made. It makes no damn sense. But people do it all the time, and they don't check shit like this. So maybe this is our sign from God or from wherever, that somebody listening was thinking about relocating and wasn't thinking about all the other things that come into play. Also, if you relocate, make sure you have money. When you go wherever you're going, make sure you have money, because if you go into some place that you think that's wonderful, it ends up a shithole, you better have money to be able to do something to better your life, to put yourself in a better situation, or when you get out there, you can go out and have fun and have a release from the mistake that you made, even though you didn't originally think it would be that way.
Exactly.
So that's about it for today. Like I said, I guess where we were talking about relocation, it seemed like a good enough topic as anything else. Stay tuned for us during the week. We're not sure again when we're going to be on. We may be on tomorrow night to do a review of Lizard Lick. We may not. Not sure yet what's going on. I know we'll be on at least a few times this week. And we're trying to get back into the swing of things. So if we're a little rusty, hey, shit happens. But it's like a bike. Once you know how to do it, you don't forget. It just takes time, and you remember everything that you forgot before.
Exactly.
Is that really what you're going to say for the last 5 minutes?
Well, you were talking, and I didn't want to interrupt you, so I was agreeing with you so they know I was still here.
You say exactly?
Yeah. That way everybody knows I'm still here. I didn't go anywhere, and I'm not ignoring you. Just that I'm letting you finish.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're awfully quiet today. I gotcha. That's all right. We all have them days. We all have them days where we just want to relax and just enjoy life or just get by. I felt I needed to speak on that.
It's a good topic, babe.
90 seconds.
And Blog Talk's telling us we have 90 seconds for our show. So what can I talk about in 90 seconds? Oh, yeah, I'm waiting for this fucking World of fucking Tanks to come out for Xbox 360, and I'm pissed off it hasn't came out. It's just like the freaking poker. They showed commercials of it back in freaking, April.
Still hasn't.
Of course it still hasn't came out. If you're going to give me a time when it's going to come out, or, tell me it's free to try or whatever, or free to play, at least give me a date when I can play it, so every fucking Tuesday I'm not waiting on a game just to be disappointed. I hate the fact of being fucking disappointed. I'm sure there's so many out there that hate the fact of being fucking disappointed and, said, we might do it, and we're going to do it at some point, but there's no fucking time.
Exactly. It's annoying.
Exactly. All right, so I'm CT Jax.
And I'm Miss Chrissy.
This is What the Cuff Nation. Y'all
have a good night.
Evening.
God bless.
10 seconds.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Thanks for stealing my line.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.